well, hey, welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast. And of course, they've run over everyone else this season as well. So go ahead and get the likes up for that Champions League victory. Subscribe to the channel for the FA Cup final victory and get the notification bell on. You know they won the league.
Well, I was gonna say that's actually an interesting segue because I've been thinking about this the last week or so, especially with the whole Saudi thing, and now PSG and United getting a Saudi backing and this, that, and the other. I love this game. I know y'all love this game. I have no problem with teams becoming oil teams because everybody's becoming an oil team, right?
We were an oil team.
We were an oil team. I'm not being a hypocrite by any means possible.
Right.
But I do think that
Now we're a stock team.
Club soccer is going to reach a breaking point as more of these not only backed oil, billionaires, but also countries are getting involved. And I think that that's where, we saw it today with PSG and how they kept Mbappe at PSG so that he could be like the ambassador for World Cup, 2023, which would have been 2022, World Cup 2022 for Qatar. We're seeing it with the Saudis buying everybody. Literally, the story out today that they want to buy Lukaku and Koulibaly from us. Okay,
good riddance.
Koulibaly maybe will go to Inter though, because he likes living in Italy. Huh?
I said bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. Exactly.
On the check, I'll buy their tickets. Here you go, Todd. You send them, I will buy their plane tickets. If you send them both, I'll do it. Both. Gone.
Well, speaking of Todd, he was in Saudi Arabia last week.
Of course he was.
He was in Saudi Arabia last week.
That was for the Conte deal, though, right?
Maybe more. It sounds like there's more to it. It sounds like there's more to it.
Conte's gone. His contract's been gone.
But that's kind of my point. Like, we are letting this oil nations. It was one thing when it was billionaires, Kroenke's a billionaire. Sheikh Mansour, of course, he's the vice president of a country, oil backed completely. But I think that soccer in itself is going to hit a breaking point very, very soon because everybody's going to have oil money. So where's the difference going to be? Right? We've got Newcastle's going to have oil money. We're going to have United that has oil money. I'm sure that Liverpool will eventually give up the, net spin titles and, our academy is the greatest in the world. Everybody comes from the academy. We never buy anybody. They all come from our academy. I'm sure they'll give it up too. And we're going to run into every team is going to be the same when it comes to the backing. So, whatever happens to City happens.
Is that not good? It sounds like it's evening out. Is that not a good thing?
Yeah,
I agree. No. I have no problem with it. But I think that we're going to come to a breaking point where it's like, okay, this oil, nation has got more money, so they can buy these guys a little bit more than this oil nation because it's a little bit smaller,
That's why the FFP's been cracking down so much as they have. Especially
FFP hasn't had any teeth to it at all.
In addition to that, I'm just going to go ahead and
they banned us for 3 seasons, Patrick. What do you mean they haven't had any teeth? We are in the position we're in because of FFP.
Well, but I'll go a level further and say
we bought underage players. We paid them too much money.
Yeah,
that's strictly within the FFP. That's strictly within the FFP.
We only have one
transfer ban.
And yet we got 2 transfer bans 2 years in a row, regardless of the Abramovich Russia ordeal, because of FFP. That screwed us over so bad.
That's true. San Luis.
Sorry, Lewis.
No, you're good. My thing is that, and I remember because one of my buddies who is a Chelsea fan and the other one who's a United fan, when I saw the whole FFP originally come out, I literally looked at it and said, this is literally written by History FC.
Completely.
They didn't want
100%.
any new clubs to have any money because what was happening was
Roman came in. dominated the league, and they hated it.
But not only that, see, they didn't have a problem with teams coming in and rich people coming in and sort of infusing cash into the league. They had a problem with that. Their problem was when they started winning. And then when they started winning, they like, wait a minute now, that doesn't make sense because nobody cared about Manchester City until 2012. Not a soul cared about them until 2012. And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, wait a minute. Because then the next year, it's like, okay, United won. And they shouldn't have won that year. But City just completely crapped the bed and didn't even challenge. And they should have because they were better than United that year. And United walked it. I mean, Van Persie.
A hangover from the first league title in years. It's a hangover.
It was 40, I think 46 years, which United had a sign for at their stadium. But you know, History FC, we looking for the sign now. We want to see the sign for when we didn't win the trophy. But anyways, back to my point. The point is, History FCs didn't like that because when City won that second title in 14, they're like, wait a minute, because then it started to come out that they were going to bring Guardiola and the Barcelona team because the whole Barcelona team had left at that point in time. Guardiola had just taken a break, and there was rumors they like he was gonna go to I think he was either at Bayern or on his way out, and they're like, well, what is he gonna do next? And everybody's like, well, Guardiola's gonna go to United because he loves Alex Ferguson, which he does. He respects him, and so there's no way he would go to a no history team. He would only go to United because he went to Bayern. Because he left Barcelona.
Barca. And
so when Pep didn't go there, you notice FFP got real strong right then. It got real strong. And then, but what was the narrative? Well, that style of football is not going to work in England. It's too physical.
That's what we used to be known for.
Which leads, another great segue, as Patrick mentioned. Does this put Pep as the best ever?
Yeah.
He's the GOAT. You win in trouble. You win in trouble at two different places. You're a GOAT.
I want to say yes, but I'm not.
He's won everywhere.
Here's why I'm gonna say no, because one, I don't believe in GOAT arguments, so I'm already
the most humble fan I've ever met. The most humble fan I've ever met. I'd be screaming it from the rafters.
Hang on, did his U12 team win a championship? Because if so, he's definitely the GOAT.
Well, but here's my reasoning why, right? I think is he the best manager of this generation? Yes.
Hands down.
I'll give him that. But even then, Carlo Ancelotti has been fantastic. Has he had the sort of same consistency that Pep has had? No. And so that would be the knock against Ancelotti. But if you're looking, because then you're comparing different things, like Ancelotti has more Champions Leagues than him, right? So he has 4, Pep has 3. And then the knock would have took Pep 14 years to win another one, whereas Ancelotti was just winning. Yes, it was at Real Madrid, and, it is what it is. And he won in Italy as well, right? No, he won in Germany. Is that right? Italy, Germany.
I think it was Italy.
It was Italy and Spain. So he didn't win in Germany?
I don't think so.
I think he won it with Bayern.
Yeah, we'll fact. Yeah.
I thought he won it with Bayern.
Patrick's got it.
One thing for Ancelotti though is he did win. He didn't win anything, but he did win at Everton, and we've seen how bad that's hard. How hard that's to do these days.
And so that's my thing. So while I could
2 with Italy, 2 with Madrid. Two with Inter, 2 with Real.
So you got to be a German guy to win in Germany, I guess, because Pep couldn't win there either. But so there's Ancelotti, right? But then there's Mourinho, who won a treble right after Pep won a treble. Now, obviously, Mourinho's issue is personality. I love his personality. I mean, he's obviously acquired taste, but I love his personality. I like Pep's style of football. I like Mourinho's personality mixed with Pep's personality. He's the best of this generation? Is he comparable to Alex Ferguson? Absolutely. Because if he manages the same amount of time as Alex Ferguson, he'll not only surpass him, he'll blow his number away. Yeah. He'll blow it away.
So the real question, because you mentioned Jose, and Jose's only had one place where he didn't have success. The real question: could Pep win a trophy at Tottenham Hotspur?
Could he win
This
a
is like the
trophy?
Messi on a two thing rainy night.
Give that Harry
Stoke.
Kane. Yes.
I'm gonna say
Yes.
this. My answer is what Jose Mourinho said. They said Jose Mourinho. They asked him. They said, "What about your time at Spurs? You won a trophy everywhere, but there." He said, "Well, they fired me right before the final. I was gonna win that one." So, with that being said, I think Jose would have won, even though it was against City. I think just the aura is there because Jose has a very good record against Pep in finals. And so there's that.
Finals.
But could Pep win there? Yeah, I think Pep could win a trophy. I don't know if he would win the league there, but I think he could win the
Audi Cup.
Invitation.
The Audi Cup.
The Audi Cup.
Win another Audi
He
Cup.
could win something there.
Yeah.
The issue, but you know the big issue at Spurs is how they're run, and the reason Pep never went there and some of the other places is because if the team is run poorly, there's no desire to be there.
Right.
Because that matters. Like the team you're at, how they run it matters. Jose, I give Jose credit because he went to some burning some houses on fire. United when he went there was on fire.
Yep.
It was on fire, and he still won.
Yeah.
And then when he went back to Chelsea the second time, Chelsea was on fire then because there was some stuff going on. You're like, what is Chelsea doing? But it was just they had a good core. When he went to Italy, I mean, again, Jose knows how to win, but he likes that chaos.
Roma's still a little bit on fire. Like they sold.
He loves chaos.
He spent $7 million in the transfer window. This last transfer window, $7 million, and took him to the final of the Europa League. I mean,
should have won.
He loves chaos, though. I mean, if y'all don't remember his second stint with Chelsea, it all started when he had him and the lady physio, Eva Cannavaro. They got into it because of an injury to
Hazard. It was Eva.
Eden
Hazard, the hamburger.
And then at that point, it just went downhill.
Well, let's
He
be
left
real.
3 days later.
He brought that with him the very first time.
Oh, I know.
The very first interview that anybody remembers of Jose is when he kicked that chaos off. He loves it because he's a special one.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's so funny is that, I mean, stories about him outside of football is he's like the nicest dude. Like he's a super laid back, nice dude. He gets into work mode and he goes there. But Pep, I think Pep is the best of his generation. But I think we are fortunate to be at the sort of the peaks, or I guess the prime of our lives, to watch that. And we think in our lifetime, we've had Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. We've had Guardiola, Ancelotti, and Mourinho, all in our lifetimes in their prime. Now, I mean, it's just such an amazing time to be alive. And so, I mean, if we go backwards, there are legends, but the influx of quality that we have in front of us that just pulled ahead to be stars is absolutely amazing. And so I think when it's all said and done, Pep probably will be regarded globally, maybe not in England, because I think there's just an affinity for Alex Ferguson in England. And I respect that because he did a lot for the game there.
Well, you said it, though. If Pep manages the same amount of time, because Ferguson was there for 28 years.
Yeah, he'll blow him away.
If Pep did 30 years at City,
he'd blow him away. But the thing is that, Alex Ferguson was an inspiration to him. And so I think that matters when you say the greatness, because does Pep do the same things without Cruyff and Ferguson seeing them? And I say no. And so you have to give Ferguson that credit. This is where I can align with the history FCs and recognizing the history, but not inflating it because I'm afraid that the new generation will erase it. I still recognize what it did. And Sir Alex Ferguson, an amazing, amazing manager. I think Guardiola, the way he manages now, would wash him. He would absolutely wash him if they had a match. He'd wash him.
Yeah,
completely wash him. But that's because of style. And so, I mean, and obviously thinking about this, I guess it's a good question to ask because the rumors are out there that Guardiola is going to be gone and
he might be gone.
His contract. Which I mean, and I think I said this to you, X, in the group text, is that I thought he was going to leave after he won anyways. I figured that
Well,
that's
you said that on the
there
pod
for.
before too.
I
as
heard
well.
something today that said that he might, you know, he might tell him he wants to leave now on top.
But
Well-
it's fair. I get it.
You know, there's an opening over here in the States that he has mentioned before that he would want to take.
What, Inter Miami?
Oh,
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh,
Well, I mean, that's the joke. You know, he wants to play with Messi and he wants to be with Messi. And he alluded to Messi, but yes, the national team would be interested. But you know,
well, let's get Messi on the staff too. Why not? Forwards coach. We get them both working for the U.S. men's national team. Man, I'm all about it.
well, I mean, that would be a
I'd
challenge.
be willing to wait for that appointment. I wouldn't be so mad about that appointment.
Well, you know, I don't know if did you hear the story on the Men in Blazers when Pep he took his sabbatical and he was living in New York and he went to the park and he was like coaching kids up. So
Yeah.
I could see him come. I think he has an affinity to be in the States. I mean, Messi said he likes it here. Neymar, clearly you can hear Neymar putting the breadcrumbs that he's going to end up over here too. And so, I mean, this is where I said my thing about Ronaldo. I don't understand why Cristiano, I mean, apparently it's because of some like legal stuff that he's not
got
in the
legal
States.
stuff, yeah.
But I swear he knows how the amount of money he could make if he came to the MLS. You think all the tickets sold out and got quadrupled? Then MLS would be sold out for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Next 3 years.
Yeah. Did you see that Neymar and Vinny were in Miami the other night?
Of course they were. Because
Everybody's walking to Miami.
they're on their way to Brazil, right? They're on their way for the Brazil team, so that makes sense that they go via Miami. But
I will say this though: have y'all seen the meme? I just saw it a little bit ago of somebody who's become a new fan of Inter Miami, and they're like, "Is there an AC Miami? Why are we in last place? And why is our jersey pink?"
don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. All you got to worry about is the fact that it says Messi on the shirt.
Exactly.
And
Don't worry about something else.
Messi on it. That's it.
Well, you know what? But before I get the other guys to answer the question, you know what's funny is you're talking about bandwagon fans. X commented on something that I commented on where a guy was like, you know, City got bandwagon fans, and I'm like, you know what? We just added 3 more wagons if you'd like to get on.
Straight roasted my guy.
Ooh, we're accepting all new fans.
Yeah, he said we got 3 more compartments. I was like, all right. That was
Jump on.
Well,